Hello everyone and welcome back. My people, matters are rising. Now, Ohanaeze Ndigbo has factions. Yes, so yesterday I told you guys that there was a confusion because according to the news we had yesterday, two President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo emerged, which is Barrister Uche Okwukwu and Senator Azuta-Mbata. So I told you guys that definitely Ohanaeze Ndigbo will throw light on this so that we will understand what is going on, because we have a lot of problems at hand right now that we need a leader that going to, bring solutions to all these that are happening in our Igbo, but not this confusion, fashion and all that. Because if we start talking about fashions and the two presidents of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, then how do we move forward? Which means there are going to be like a lot of distractions, and this is what we don't want. Let me allow you guys to listen to Barrister Uche Okwukwu and hear everything that he said that happened yesterday, as well as the immediate former President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Fidelis Chukwu, have to say concerning this matter as well.
The election held at the Old Government Lodge in Enugu State saw delegates from Rivers State unanimously nominating Azuta-Mbata for the position after one of the prominent contestants from the same state and former Inspector General of Police Michael Kiro has stepped down earlier due to a court injunction against him. Senator Mbata's emergence follows the zoning of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo presidency to Rivers State after the passing of Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, who represented Imo State. Enugu State Governor Peter Mba and his Imo State counterpart Hope Uzodimma after the elections stressed the need for peace and unity, adding that Ohanaeze should not be seen as a divided house.
Failing to unite leaves us prone as a single arrow. Standing as a unit imbues us with the resilience of the entire stack. Let us be like a stack of arrows. I have no doubt that everyone in this room will love to see Ohanaeze Ndigbo attain a bigger clout as the champion of Igbo interests.
The governors who want Ohanaeze to unite as a family, to look for homegrown solutions for our problems, because it is now very clear that if we don't solve our problems ourselves, nobody will solve our problems for us. We need to exist as a people in unity.
Delegates from the 7 Igbo-speaking states also elected other officers into the new National Executive of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Chairman of the Ohanaeze Electoral Committee, Ejiofor Onyia, says the new set of Ohanaeze leaders emerged from local government and state levels before the national leadership election, noting that the process began on January 7 at the various states. On his part, the outgoing President General Fidelis Chukwu commended the Enugu State Governor for taking the pains to host the gathering. The election process was conducted via voice voting, and alongside Azuta-Mbata, 15 other individuals were elected to various executive positions within the organization. As a former federal lawmaker, analysts say Azuta-Mbata brings a huge wealth of experience to his new role, having served as the senator representing Rivers East Senatorial District from 1999 to 2007. In his acceptance speech, he expressed gratitude for the confidence placed in him, pledging to foster unity among Igbo people and tackle key challenges facing the community.
And we would continue to collaborate with you. We will continue to march step by step with you. We will continue to cooperate with you to ensure that the status of our people is moved forward and that our people continue to take their rightful place in the Committee of Nationalities in Nigeria.
His election is seen as a milestone in reinforcing inclusivity and regional representation within the Igbo-speaking regions.
Thank you very much.
All right. I just wanted to ask you about the election that happened today in Port Harcourt. I don't know if you were listening into the conversation with my other guest who presided over another election in Enugu that brought in Senator Mbata. How do you respond to what happened in Enugu?
I cannot respond to what I don't know about. All I know is that in line with our tradition, election was held on the night that culminated into the early hours of 10th of January 2025. In 2017, the Ohanaeze elections were held in Enugu because the President General coming from Enugu, who emerged from Enugu, Chief Nyawodo, is from Enugu, and the election was held in Enugu. In 2021, it was the turn of Imo State to produce the President General. The election was held in Imo State. In 2025, it is the turn of Rivers State to produce the President General. The election was held in Port Harcourt. And we concluded, the election was concluded in the wee hours of 10th of January 2025. I, Dim Uche Okwukwu, former Secretary General, Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, I emerged victorious in that election.
Mr. Okwukwu,
I don't know about any election that was held in Government House. In Government House in Enugu, it is not in line with our tradition. And of course, you don't hold election in Government House. How do you expect delegates to come into a caged place? Elections, even in political parties, are not held in Government House or in Aso Rock. Elections are held in places that people can access. So I can authoritatively tell you that the delegates were in Port Harcourt and returned officers. Now, the question people want to ask, why in Port Harcourt? I've told you it was held here because it was the turn of Rivers State to produce the National President General. Thank you.
Mr. Okwukwu, if I can just come in here for a bit, while you're telling us what happened in Port Harcourt, we also would like to know who presided over the Port Harcourt elections and what other officers were elected in that election that took place in Port Harcourt.
Of course, you know, if you had read through the papers, Dr. Ache presided over the election that returned the officers. Dr. KK Oba emerged the Deputy President General from Abia State. Manafa Obi emerged the Secretary General from Anambra. All the offices were filled. The list is with Admin Secretary. As I've said, you don't do something outside the Constitution, outside tradition, outside convention. It is a nullity.
You've said that you have no idea of whatever election happened in Enugu, but like it or not, there are reports that happened. We have reporters who were there at the election. The President Tinubu has congratulated the person that emerged President General in Enugu. But I just wanted to ask you, as President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, how do you plan to reconcile factions of Ohanaeze Ndigbo? Because at this time, this Igbo social cultural organization needs to be united, don't you think?
Of course, I strongly believe we need a united front. And of course, you will agree with me, you may not have more knowledge of my background. I've committed my 30 years on this earth to the cause of the unity of the East and then the cause of Ndigbo. From 1995 to date is 30 years. In 1995, I was the National Legal Advisor, Eastern Nigeria Student Association. In 1997, I was the country director of ENDOA, the Eastern Nigeria Data Unity Association, a United Kingdom-based organization led by Chukwudumikazo. In In the year 2000, I emerged the Director of Legal Services, Movement for the Actualization of the Sovereign State of Biafra. I went to Washington, D.C. with Odumegwu Ojukwu, Wazirika, and others to open the Biafra House and Voice of Biafra International. In 2005, I was arrested and charged with treason along with other comrades. Released, I emerged that legal advisor, Ohanaeze Youth Council. I was given an award for my position and principal position in Igbo land. The award was given to me by the Ohanaeze Youth Council. The man who handed over the award to me was the late Ezife, former governor. I want to tell you, now, I have done a lot. I was Secretary General. If you Google me, I have been consistent that I'm an Igbo and that my people are Igbos. I had written articles in the past talking about Igbo unity, Igbo renaissance, that Igbos need to come together. So I'm irrevocably committed to the unity of Ndi Igbo. And I look forward to bringing the Igbos from the other states, and bring them into Ohanaeze as member states of Ohanaeze. So I believe that we need one united Ohanaeze.
Time that we have, unfortunately. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight. That was human rights activist and former Secretary General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, who emerged as President General in the election in Port Harcourt, Uche Okwukwu. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Senator John Azuta-Mbata on his election as the new President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. The president also congratulated the Pan-Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization on the successful leadership transition and enjoins the new leaders to uphold the principles of their predecessors. The president pointed to the critical role of socio-cultural organizations in nation building, which prompts his commitments to promoting dialogue among Nigeria's ethnic nationalities. While the president wishes the newly elected Ohanaeze Ndigbo President General success as he takes on an onerous yet noble and lofty task. Joining me now from Enugu is the immediate former President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Fidelis Chukwu, who presided over the proceedings that elected Senator Azuta-Mbata in Enugu. Good evening, Mr. Fidelis Chukwu, and thanks for being here on Newsnight.
Good evening, and how are you?
Fine, thank you. I'll ask you the same, but I'm sure you say you are great looking at how things turned out today with the election in Enugu. It's been hailed as a step towards inclusivity, yet some say it's deepening factionalism. How do you respond to the reactions that have trailed the elections that happened in Enugu and the factional election that happened in Port Harcourt?
I don't know about any factional election because Ohanaeze has no factions. The responses that I've been getting have been commendable. People have been very happy because, one, they never thought that it would be possible for this transition to the river states to happen. And secondly, some of them said they thought that we were going to do everything to extend this tenure. So they're all excited, they're all happy, and they're all calling me and congratulating me for fidelity to to a promise that we're going to hand over today. We're going to conduct the elections, and we're going to hand over to a real rivers person of Igbo extraction. And that is what we have done, and that's why we're all celebrating. And we are happy. John Mbata is a known person, and he was a senator, and I think he's a big businessman who is the chairman of the Monia Construction Company, among other things that he does. He's also an established estate developer.
All right, I know the president has congratulated Senator Mbata and he has pledged to unify the Igbo people. And I know you say you don't have any idea of any election that took place in Port Harcourt or anywhere else, but it's all over in the news where Barrister Uche Okwukwu emerged. However, this new leadership, how does it intend to lead a truly representable and united Ohanaeze Ndigbo?
Mbata and Senator Mbata and his group from Rivers came in very large numbers, and he came with people with name recognition. He came with people that you can see that are serious and committed to the expansion and the development of the Igbo nation. There is no single person that we expected to come who did not come. So I don't know if anything happened in Port Harcourt. All the governors were here in Enugu. The senators were here. The House of Representatives, the legislators, the church, and the traditional rulers were here in Enugu. So I don't know whether anything happened elsewhere because every person we expected came. There's a list of members of the MOBI, and they were all there.
Okay, if you can hear me.
The executives who worked with me were all there. And every other person who was invited was around. So I don't know what it meant by whatever happened in Port Harcourt is by the way.
Okay, moving forward, Mr. Chukwu, Senator Mbata's emergence comes at a critical time where the Igbo people need this Igbo social cultural organization to really lead them. We have key issues to address: insecurity, unemployment, political marginalization of Igbo people in Nigeria, like some people have been talking about. How does this leadership by Senator Mbata address these issues?
When we are interacting today, everyone agreed that insecurity is a collective responsibility and that we must all come together to address the spread of insecurity in Igbo land. Of course, like they said that an adult brain is the devil's workshop. The governors pledged that they're going to do everything to make sure that opportunities for employment will be created and the environment will become conducive for investors to come in and invest. When they come in to invest, the multiplier effect will include employment generation and giving people opportunity to apply their skills and competencies in community development.
All right. Thank you so much, Fidelis Chukwu, former President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo.
So my people, that is it. I hope you guys heard everything they discussed in this particular video. Just as I said before, that there is confusion and we need to face the reality. Just as Mr. Uche Okwukwu said here, that now he is the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, even though that most of us, we are rooting for him. But now we have another Azuta-Mbata as a President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. So where do we go from here? What is the solution? So that is the reason why I say, let me bring this update to you guys so that you guys will know what is happening concerning the new president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Please, I would love you guys to leave your thought in the comment section. And also, please, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Welcome to channel.